Meanwhile, SABC News reporter Ulrich Hendriks was outside his house in Kimberley as mourners came to pay their last respects.
There's been a steady stream of mourners here at the house of the late Northern Cape MEC Mac Jack's house here in Kimberley. Of course, he died yesterday from COVID-19 related complications. He served in the provincial government from 2013 in various capacities, including the Department as MEC of Health and latest one of Education. But to talk to us about this a bit more, we've got the Premier of the Northern Cape, Dr. Zamani Soul. Dr. Zamani, you were just in a meeting with the family. What is the latest?
I think critical parts of the arrangements pertaining to the funeral have been concluded now. The family agreed that the funeral should take place on Sunday in Graaf Reinet. It will start at 10 o'clock. And there will be strict compliance with COVID regulations as we will be conducting the funeral. And I think it's also important to mention that he qualifies for a state funeral. And as much, we are going to have a state funeral for him that will take place in the Eastern Cape in strict compliance with the COVID regulations.
What category state funeral will it be?
I don't know basically what category of a state funeral is it going to be, but it will be a normal category for MECs, members of the Executive Council, that will be accorded to him.
Now, Premier, you did allude to yesterday during your interview with SABC News that some of the family members have been tested for COVID-19. Do you have an update on that?
No, the family members are still waiting for the outcomes of the test results, and for now they are quarantining.
And then MEC Mac Jack, the late MEC Mac Jack, did serve from 2013 in various capacities in government, but also has a good or a great struggle track record within the ANC. What kind of a legacy does he leave behind, both within the ANC and in government?
Jack, I met Comrade Jack in 1996, and we were both serving in the Regional Executive Committee of the ANC in Pixley-Kaseme region. We were then both elected as ordinary members, additional members in the REC. He managed to find his way through to become the regional chairperson. But before he became the regional chairperson, he was the regional secretary. And then after that, he became the regional chairperson for almost 10 years. And by then, he was also serving in government in various positions in government as the district head of the Department of Human Settlements, and he became a municipal manager of the district municipality there. From there, he came and became a member of the provincial legislature and a member of the Executive Council, serving in various portfolios. He was the MEC for transport, liaison and safety. He was an MEC for health, and he was the MEC for finance, economic development, and now as he passed on, he was the MEC for education. I can tell you, if you speak about the legacy of Jack, everybody who knows Jack, you would know that it's a humility personified. He's an effervescent character, bubbly. Where he is, he's sharing jokes. And he was just a busy soul. And around his work, he's a hard worker. All the HODs that worked with him, they would tell you one thing: he's a hard worker, he's got an eye for details. There is nothing that passes Jack's desk without looking at it thoroughly. That's the kind of legacy that he leaves behind. One of the things that we all knew him about in the cabinet is punctuality. If the meeting starts at 10, Jack will be there around 20 to 10. He was always punctual. I don't know where did he derive so much energy. Even if the meeting starts at 7, 6:30 in the morning, Jack will be there. So he was a hard worker. And he was a very honest individual, an incorruptible leader. As we are taking him to his final resting place on Sunday, there is no scandal that accompanies Jack. He was responsible for the finances of the province. responsible for the biggest department here. There is no scandal that accompanies him. He goes to his final resting place, having not betrayed the trust which the people of South Africa have in him. He did not betray that trust.
Thank you very much. That's the Premier of the Northern Cape. Of course, talking about the late Northern Cape Education MEC MEC Jack, of course, saying that he was a very hard worker, very diligent public servant. He'll, of course, as he said, will be buried on Sunday at Graafrenet in the Eastern Cape in strict accordance with COVID-19 regulations. But that's it for now, and it's back to the studio.